You know, one thing that's true is if you look at the world in winning and losing terms, you're going to be miserable. I think that when you get to a higher level in life, you have to transcend the winning-losing dichotomy. You know, one of the things that Abraham Maslow kept talking about in his writings over and over again is that people who are at the highest levels, they have their way they perceive the world kind of has this thing that where they transcend this split between winning and losing. And it seems to me that this is so ubiquitous. People are so into this whole concept of winning and losing that you gotta win. Life is winning, and you gotta beat somebody, and you gotta defeat somebody. You know, and you can't get past that. And I think it makes people so miserable. You know, every time I did things in the past, and when I was in certain situations, there were people who always looked at it like competition. And I always think that this is almost like, it's like a disease. You know, to look at the whole world from a competitive perspective all the time. I like to look at things from a perspective of growing and learning. I grow and I learn. I'm not competing with anybody in any type of contest to see. You know, I actually shy away from contests and stuff. You know, I don't like to enter into contests. I don't like to be a part of it. Sometimes in life, I might be in something simply because of circumstances. You know, like when I was working in my job, there was a boss who wanted to make everything a competition. So he divided every group and unit up into teams and whatever. So, you know, I can't escape that. I'm just in there. So I'm just doing my job. But I don't care about the winning and losing stuff. That's not important to me. But these people seem to be so into it. They were so into that. A competitive game. I'm not competing with anybody. I'm really not. My life is not a competition. But we can look at everything as a competition. And if we do look at it that way, then we have to realize that in life, we're all going to be losers. At the end of the day, we're all losers in life anyway. You know? Every one of us is going to die, okay? You know, like somebody once pointed out, every marriage ends, you know, so you all going to be a loser if you want it to go on forever, because it either ends in divorce or death. Everything is always that way. But you can look at life differently. You can rise above that. I really do believe that. And because, you know, and I'm just going to say this, I really avoid that type of thinking about things. I'm just here to do something. You know, here I am on YouTube, and, you know, if you really look at the situation, I'm a complete loser if one wanted to look at it that way. My videos get on the average about 30 views. If I sort of forget about, let's say, the top 10 videos I got and look at all just the rest of them, on average, my videos, when I put them up now, I'll get about 30 views. And that was the case even when I had fewer subscribers. I would get about 30 views. Now, I have people all the time telling me ways I could get more views. There's people always want to give me advice. You know, you could do this, and you could do that, and you could do this. You know, yeah, because it was a competition. I got to get more views. You know, yeah, I could do it by being phony, by being everything that I am not, by saying things in ways that I am not. Look, I'll make some changes in things, but it has to be in harmony with who I am. I'm at peace with what I do. There are things I would like. Of course, I would like to put out a video and have 1 million people watch it, but I would like 1 million people to watch it and really enjoy what I'm saying or get something out of it or feel some sense of connection or something good about it. Not just get a bunch of numbers, you know. It's like people who care only about money. It's nice to have money. I'm not going to lie. If somebody handed me $1 million, I wouldn't, you know, I ain't turning nothing down but my collar, as they say. But the only thing is that I'm not so hell-bent on making a whole bunch of money, because then when you do that, you don't care how you get it. Getting money becomes the most important thing. Just like getting views becomes the most important thing. I could do it by lying. I could do it by saying, oh, a spectacular video showing how I'm going to decapitate somebody. You know, I could do that, and then people would look. And of course, you know, there are people who do that, and they can get a lot of views. So, you know, by the standards of most people's judgment, pretty much my videos, I'm a loser when it comes to YouTube. And my videos are pretty much boring. They're not very interesting to most people. Some people find them interesting, but most people wouldn't. And I know that. And I'm not out to win the world. I just want to do what I can, and I'm here to express myself. This is a wonderful opportunity for me to express what I feel, to express what I think, to show off some of my paintings, to sort of play around with certain ideals. And I showed some pictures of some of my trips and travels. That was new because I didn't, you know, that was there and I didn't even know you could do that with the slideshow thing. So I'm learning something. And after a while I'm going to be using the Windows Media thing and splicing videos together and editing things. So there'll be some technical improvements, but it all has to be in harmony with me being me. I'm not going to get into gimmicks. I had one person tell me that I should put an American flag in the background and do a certain thing and say certain things a certain way. And then if I did it that way, I'll, you know, get a lot of... And I'm thinking, yeah, but that wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. So if I have to trade being myself, you know, if I have to trade off being myself versus being this other spectacular person who's getting 1 million views. No, I'd rather be myself and get 30. I want to be Philip. I want to be the person who says what I say. Because that's what I want to do. I think it's not worth it. It really isn't. It's not a greater prize for me. And that is subjective. And I have to say it. It is subjective. But it's not a greater prize for me to have a lot of views. It really isn't. It's nice if it happens. And it can happen. But it's just not what I'm aiming for. It really isn't. I'm not aiming for anything. I am where I want to be. I'm there. This is the thing. This is the thing for me. It's an opportunity to be myself, to express myself, and I'm happy. I'm really happy with what I have. And that's all I wanted to say.